girls, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Dream Car Giveaways. Now today's gonna be quite a fun video as we have something that I've never ever driven before, which is right behind me. Alex is actually holding the camera today, which is why this feels weird. Normally it's me holding the camera and bringing you with me.
Not today.
But we'll try something different. The sun is out, feeling good. Very, very busy summer coming up. I'm trying to get videos out as quick as I can, but at the minute, I'm doing about 8 countries in 1 month, so just gonna have to bear with me. This video today, at least you'll be able to watch the car, and right at the end, I will put all the competition details there for you because this car will be available right there, right then, so make sure you get your tickets. So come on. This is the Mazda RX7 FD3S, Series 8. I've never driven one of these. I've heard so much about them. Obviously, everybody talks about the 13B Wankel rotary engine. Lots of people love these things. I've never had much experience of them, so this is going to be my first experience today. I'm quite excited. They're quite a cult classic, aren't they? I think they're probably, are they the best Mazda that was ever brought out?
I always wanted one but couldn't afford one, to put an RX8 and it was terrible.
You didn't like the RX8? I've never been a big fan of the RX8. But they say that this is the best Mazda ever made, so we're going to test that theory today. But whilst we're in here, let's have a little wander around. We have this beautiful Bayside Blue R34 GTR. Now this is always a crowd pleaser. Everybody loves it, obviously. You know, Fast and Furious car, all that good stuff.
It's good. It's very good.
T37s. It's just good.
It's poster car, isn't it?
It is a poster car.
Poster spec as well.
When's this one going live?
It finishes Sunday.
So this car will have actually already gone by the time you see this video.
It'll be with the winner by now.
It will be with the new winner. They will be having a hot girl summer driving around.
They will.
In their Bayside Blue
They'll have a great
R34.
time.
That would be so good.
How about,
Do you think
look next to it.
I would ever suit one of these?
I absolutely love it. I shouldn't. For
I
things I like in cars, that's everything I don't, but I need it.
Like a new age Molly May.
Yes, you would. You look like a hood Coventry Molly May.
I am a Coventry Molly
Coventry Molly May. I like it. I think it's class.
This feels so weird with you. Right, let me take back control of this situation. Yeah, to be fair, is it an urban one? Yeah, that's why it's got all the cool stuff on it.
It's a wide track.
Yeah.
So it's not just an urban one. It's proper
She's a wide girl, isn't she? I do like it. The thing that I've always loved about these cars is this. Listen to that. Oh, clunk. It has the most amazing mechanical feel to it. These things are just... Now this right here is a brilliant all-round. I still really love F87 M2s. I think that they are one of the best looking BMW M cars.
It's my favourite modern M car.
Is it?
Yeah. It still feels like an M car because it's small.
Yeah, these are really good. Obviously it's got the S55 engine out of the F80 M3, so I know that noise very, very well. Now I don't even know what one of these is. Is it an A35? Or CLA? I have no idea about Mercedes. Is that embarrassing? Oh, no one told me that was in. Boy. What a pretty girl. This is a satin white Ducati V2 Panigale. This bike is the exact same as my Street Fighter Bear, barring like 2 horsepower or something. It's just different fairings. Now, I just think, before I got the Street Fighter, I was looking at one of these in the satin white, and it's really making me sad looking at this now because I really do think it's really pretty. This is another one that's going to be up on the competition soon, but oh my God, I just think these are one of the best looking bikes on the market. They're so nice. Although I would have personally probably blacked out the wheels, not 100% on the red wheels. That was actually one of the turning points when I was like, maybe I should go for the Street Fighter. I kind of like the red over the white. But that is an entirely personal subjective choice. This is the car that you've been telling me about all day. Now this is the car that Alex...
It's the best car in here.
Yeah?
It's the best car in here. It's unbelievable.
I really want to drive this.
I'm going to open the engine bay.
I'm going to open the engine bay. Harris Performance 2 litre in it. So this is actually better than the white one that I drove. Where is the catch? Oh, that was heavier than I thought it was going to be. Oh yeah, that is really pretty, isn't it?
So good.
I love how clean it is.
It's like 200 brake, but...
Little ITBs, little trumpets on there.
Just revs forever.
That is really nice, isn't it?
We'll drive it later.
Drive it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. This is what I love about coming down to here. It's just like, let's drive some cool things. Right, let's get on with the video. Let's go take this little sweetheart. This is a really, really lovely example. This car is actually a pretty stock example, which to be honest with these cars now, it's quite unheard of. Obviously, a lot of them have had a lot of engine work, things like that done to them. So it's really nice to see a pretty much stock example. So if you're looking to get a car, or looking to win a car, this would be the one to get because this is the one that you can sort of keep. It's going to go up, it's only going to go one way. It's always going up in value. So let's jump in. Oh, it's got a lovely 90 steering wheel in there as well. That's nice. Let's jump in, take this little beauty for a spin and see what we think. Beautiful little innocent blue FD3S RX7. Now, these are one of the most cult status vehicles. I think it's personally the best Mazda ever made. I mean, looking at all the models that have been the predecessor and the successor to this, like the RX8, the RX7 has just always had that space in car culture where this car came out. And you got to imagine back in the 90s, the design of this thing was crazy. It's so modern. I mean, when you're looking at it sat right here, it doesn't look like an old car. This is a 2001, so it's a Series 8. It's one of the last cars that came out. So the Series 8 ran from 1998 to 2002. It was actually the final series and was only available in the Japanese market. So this car itself is an import. These RX7s ran from 1992 to 2002, and there was over 68,000 of the things that were actually produced. It'd be very interesting to go on how many are left to see how many of these are actually still on the road. As I said, this one was an import, and they came in a 5-speed manual and also a 4-speed automatic. This one that we've got here is obviously the 5-speed manual. Personally, I think if you're going to go for a car like this, especially with the engine that it's got in it, I mean, it's got that absolutely iconic rotary Wankel engine in. Now, personally, I don't know a lot about rotary engines, but this 13B 2-rotor twin turbo, people absolutely rave about it. When I first started this up, I was like, why isn't it going bap, 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 bap? It's because you need to do some more modifications to it, which, as I was saying, this is a completely stuck car. So as one to add to a collection and to watch it just go up and up and up in value, this is the one that you want. Now, the 13B was actually the first ever mass-produced sequential twin turbocharger system, which when you think about it, it's kind of crazy that they were just unleashing these beasts onto the JDM market. And when you really think about it, how much tech was going into vehicles at this time. Like, what a cool machine. I just love the fact that every time you look at it, you think, oh, that could be a car from 2017, but it's not. This thing is a 2001. And I think that's what makes these cars so special, is the design has become so timeless. And another thing that I totally love about 90s cars, Alex, if you can do it for me. Yes, look at the pop-up headlights. They are so cute. Do it again. I just think that's brilliant. I mean, it gives the car so much character. I always think these cars look so happy, don't you? I love all this like front splitter as well, like with the side skirts. This car has actually, and look at the door handles up here. This has actually got some forged carbon trim protectors. Is that what they're called? Sort of kick plates here as you get in the car. Don't know if I would have personally gone for those, but look, that's a really minor thing. As I said to you earlier, it's had only a few little adjustments to it. The Olin suspension, which I really was surprised at, not surprised, the Olin suspension that this car has got in it is really, really nice. The car rides wonderfully. It's got no roll in it. We just took a slip road off the dual carriageway onto the motorway, and this thing just pulled effortlessly, and the way the car wasn't even banking, nothing like that. It just gripped the road and just flew up. It was really, really lovely to drive. I really like the silver Advan racing wheels as well. Never been a girl about silver wheels, but this for some reason just suits it perfectly, and whoever did the tyre spec on it as well has done a really good job. It's just a really nicely spec'd FD, isn't it, Alex?
Marcus the tyres.
Huh?
Marcus the tyre man.
Is Marcus the tyre man?
Yeah, he's got it down.
Wow, Marcus.
Good work, Marcus.
Very good work. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I know all about rotary engines because I'm well out of my depth for this. All I know is that they've got a very cool design. They make really nice noises and they're really good fun, especially with the twin turbocharging system. This is pushing just over 260 brake horsepower the last time the guys checked. So it's got enough power. I mean, these cars are not very heavy. I mean, they're just over 1300 kg. So it's not the fastest thing in the world, but to be honest, you just want to be out cruising, having some fun in it. It's not a car that you're buying to go really fast. You're buying it because of its cult status. I don't care whichever way you look at this car. It's such a pretty looking machine, such a modern looking vehicle for its time. It really was ahead of the curve. Can you imagine what this would have looked like next to all the other cars of the 90s? It's no wonder it blew everybody's mind. Right, let's take this baby for a rip. Alex, you need to get in the car. I do love a Nardi steering wheel. Like this is the exact same wheel as I've got in my
21.
E21, except this one's got the black perforated leather on it. So comfortable. I get sweaty mitts, and when I'm driving the E21, I don't know, the wheel sort of slips out my hand. I know that's disgusting, but you know when you're just like, oh, this
What's
is...
in the 21? Wooden?
Yeah, it's a wood one, polished wood.
What?
Let's take this baby out. Well, we've been driving it around today, and to be fair, it's actually really... I mean, you have to be able to keep it in the rev range.
Yeah.
You have to, I mean, obviously it's a twin turbo car, so you know what it's like. You have to keep it on boost if you're driving her on a little bit. But it is really nice to drive.
It's a very nice example also.
I love the way once you get over 4,500 revs, you can feel the way the second turbo kicks in.
Yeah.
Like it's literally night and day. It's kind of slow boosting.
It's just quite laggy.
Just gets over that rev point
90's turbo.
and it kicks in, and that'll drag you all the way over to nearly 9,000, isn't it?
It is.
It is. It is, Alex.
Good triangle.
See, I've always been baffled by them. I'm like, what is the obsession with rotary engines?
I really want one of these, but bought an RX8 and then discovered it wasn't an RX7 and it was much worse.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of the RX8s, I'll be totally honest with you.
It wasn't good. It's a cheap way to get a rotary though.
That is true. Or if you buy yourself a ticket for an FD3S. Now
That's
is a cheap way to get
rotary.
a rotary. Oh god, concentrate. I mean, the one thing I will say about it is it's unbelievable how stable the coilovers are on this.
Yeah,
the Olies that it's got on it, the ride comfort is crazy because it is really quite low. So you might think that it might be a little bit crashy,
Stiff,
but it's not at all. It's really, really comfortable.
It keeps the float.
It does.
Then
It
it's
feels
still
really grounded.
corners flat. It's good.
It does. Now, obviously, this is a stock engine, completely standard, so it's had no big turbos, none of all that done. I mean, I know some of the cars that I've seen are upwards of 650 brake horsepower. I mean, they're fairly crazy. But this thing still has plenty of pull.
Yeah, definitely. It's a nice amount of power.
Yeah, I mean, my foot is flat to the floor now, and you have to work it a little bit to get your speed. But I'm telling you, as you're coming around these sort of bends, the car feels so nice and stable. And it's not overly noisy either.
Yeah, it's usable.
It's very usable.
When you start tuning rotaries to like 500, 600, you won't have to be on the road because it will just brake all the time. They're not happy.
That is one thing that I do have to remember when I'm driving these cars, is that the indicators are where the windscreen wipers are. It's lovely, isn't it?
It's a good car.
I think when you drive cars which are really high power and then you get back into something which is around just 250 plus,
Yeah.
you get to enjoy driving again.
Yeah, you can actually drive it rather than
Yeah,
if this was 600 horsepower, you'd be terrified.
Yeah, and I love the way the instrument clusters are here. You've got your little boost gauge. Everything looks so
It's all
mint
driver
and
focused.
clean.
I didn't get anything.
No, you get nothing. But this is all about the driving experience. This steering wheel just really sets it off as well.
I've got the
Look
pop-ups
at like
up.
coming around these corners
Flat.
here. It's so flat.
It's been set up well.
I will say that this car has been set up really nicely. I think it's one of those cars which, if you are looking to make an investment, this is a really, really solid investment, because ultimately this is the best Mazda that they ever made.
Yeah.
I think lots of people will agree. Maybe I'm going to get some really angry RX8 owners in the comments, but it's safe to say that this, in comparison to the rest of the Mazda line as well,
Peak Mazda.
Yeah.
I think you might get some MX-5 owners.
yeah, but I've never been a fan of the MX-5, so sorry.
This is like a grown-up MX-5.
It is a grown-up MX-5.
MX-5 for adults.
I just enjoy the fact that this represents an era where car design and intricate engines and people really pushing the boundaries of what you could put out into the domestic market. This is a real example of one that came along and blew everybody's socks off.
Yeah.
And as I said to you before, as you see this driving down the road, it doesn't look out of place even 20 years on, over 20 years on, which is crazy. I mean, these came out in 1992. That's the same year I was born.
So that,
30.
Imagine being 30.
Imagine being 30. Imagine being 30.
I know.
I actually don't mind it. I've never looked better. What I can say about this vehicle is it's a really, really nice drive. The gearbox feels really nice and tight. Everything is as it should be. The boost is really nice and progressive. Okay, it's a little bit slower than you thought it was going to be, but that's not the point. It's all about enjoying the drive with these things and making the car, making the car work for you. Whoever ends up winning this, it's a really, really lovely example, and it's only going to go one way in value.
North.
Well, Alex, we made it back.
We did.
Do you love it?
It's good.
It is good.
Car.
That is my first experience of an RX7, and I have to admit, what a little cutie that car is. I mean, it's such a stunning example of a super clean stock FD3S. Now, this car is part of automotive history. I mean, the design, just the whole cult status of this vehicle is going to make it extremely desirable. And as we were talking about, the values of these things are only ever going upwards. So I'm going to put all the details, as this car is now live on the competition site. Use my code. I'm going to put that on the screen so you can get a little discount on your tickets. Make sure you're quick, because I'm pretty sure this one is going to sell out really fast. It's the most desirable model Mazda that you can ever have. Sorry to all you MX-5 owners out there. So I'm going to put all the details and the links in the description below. Thank you so much, as always, for watching and supporting me. Summer is coming, my darlings. Sending good vibes to you all out there. And I'll see you on the next Dream Car Giveaways video, actually, which is coming up very, very soon. And that is with the car that is tied to that ridiculous Instagram reel that managed to go viral, which I don't know why. So yeah, thanks so much. Sending good vibes. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.